pumpkin ravioli.
That is right. So I'm going to try and make it look easy. It is pretty easy, and talk a little bit about a pasta machine and a ravioli maker. It's really easy, it's really delicious, and you can do it pretty quickly once you've got the pumpkin roasted. So that's what we're up to today.
Yep.
And hopefully it'll inspire you to pull out your pasta machines that you've had in your cupboards for a million years.
And we'll get cracking.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, hopefully I press the right button.
I don't want to leave.
I know, it's a
beautiful
beautiful
day.
day. It's such a beautiful day here. It's a shame we have to be inside.
Oh, yeah, I'll go. All right, you go. You better learn how to do this
I've
thing.
got to learn how to do it.
The camera works.
Okay, just as a making of the ravioli, I have got some jack pumpkin and roasted it. So basically I've skinned it, chopped it up, put it in a bit of olive oil on 200. I'm not sure how long it took because it's all different, but you want it to be, as you can see, you want it to be soft, because what I'm doing here and what I've done here is I've mashed it and I've added a clove of garlic, just raw.
Crushed?
Crushed, yep. I crushed it just because that way it'll spread better. So all I've done is this, that, bit of that.
Any salt, pepper?
I was just thinking I might add a little bit of pepper and salt.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. So I just thought before I started doing the pasta making, I thought I'd have a little chat about the little pasta machine. I'm sure a lot of you have in your cupboard and never used, because before I went vegan, I had this for ages and I never used it. And then one day at lunchtime, I thought, I should try some vegan pasta, and out it came. I'm going to use this to make the pasta, but you don't have to have this. You can just use a rolling pin, which I'll show you later.
But it'll come out like pancakes if you use
well, actually, I'll use both. So just follow the instructions, but what you generally need to do, you've got to make sure it's firmly on the bench. And I've had to use a chopping board because otherwise it doesn't hook on properly. So it's on, got your
Little Dizzy wants to be on the camera.
Oh, it's okay, Dizzy. She's cleaning up my kitchen floor. Now, these are, you can do to make ravioli without one of these, but for 24 bucks, and I'm sure you get it cheaper because I actually got this at the Vic Market in that really nice cooking shop at the side in Elizabeth Street. These are little lifesavers and they make it look really professional. I will show you how to use these, but for $24.95, highly recommend them. It's awesome and they're really easy to use, as you'll see.
Okay.
So we'll get to the pasta.
Or you can use them for ice cubes for your gin and tonics.
Well, that you could, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay, so what I'm using is nothing fancy. It's just my Breville food processor. The blade I've got in is a mixing blade, not the cutting blade. I've put 4 cups of just ordinary plain flour. I don't use the pasta flour for this recipe because I found it's just too fine and it breaks really easy for this particular recipe. If I was making lasagna, I might use it, but not for this. So you can just get the no named brand flour. I put some salt and pepper in there, and I don't normally measure this, so we'll. What you're aiming for is a dough that holds together, a little bit sticky. So I will probably put. The beauty about this is if I make it too wet, I'll just add more flour.
Yeah, you can play with it.
The other thing you'll need is one. So that's about 2 tablespoons of olive oil.
About.
And basically. What I might do is start this, Julie, and you can look at just to mix it up. Now, I'm thinking that might need a little bit more water, so I'm going to put a bit more water in. If you can just have a look. Actually, it's pretty wet.
Oh yeah, it looks wet.
Actually, but what's happening is the flour. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so you've got to move it. You've got to play with it and move it.
Yes, make sure
like it's not going to come off the sides by itself.
No. What you're aiming for is for it to come off the sides. Actually, there we go. So what we're wanting here is for this to just form in a ball. So I've let it just go around a few times, and that should do the trick.
Yeah, when the machine starts walking off the bench, it's ready.
So here we go. It's a bit, this is actually a bit wet, but actually, it is a bit wet. It's a wee bit too wet to get out.
Okay, so a little bit more flour.
A little bit more flour. Ooh, we've got some dogs talking. So, let's see. Far out. That was probably too much. That was probably a good half a cup there. But look, it's trial and error. I mean, I can tell you these amounts, and I always end up making too much, so hopefully it'll pick it up. Yeah, see how it's starting to wipe the flour off the side? Yeah. Beautiful. Lovely. Otherwise,
all right, I'll stop there.
So I've got the flour out, and as you can see, it's a little bit sticky, and I'm just doing it. Look, this is sort of a no-knead version of making pasta. What you're basically trying to do is just get it all together. So that's all together. Got the flour out, got the ravioli out, and we've got the greyhound here, and it's all happening. So yeah, so what I'm going to do, and what I should have done was bring this over, and I'm going to get a little spoon to show you how easy this is. Just grab a little bit off, about that much, like a, I don't know,
Handful.
Go like that. Ooh, I've got a dog licking my feet. Now, if you're not familiar with your pasta machine, there's different, what do you call it?
Settings.
Settings. So I'm starting on wider setting first. Now, if you put this in and it starts sticking, just get it out and when it comes through, just put a bit more flour. So basically, now, I have discovered just myself, and you might be better at this than me, that I find once I've done it once, the easiest thing to do now is just to get to fit on that. So basically what you're trying to do is trying to get it so it fits on that, is just to do this, because otherwise, I don't know, it's just easier. And what you're trying to do, is get it reasonably thin, because what you don't want is those horrible rubbery shitty ones you buy in the supermarket that have been done a million years ago. So don't be professional. Don't be distressed if it I am distressed. I'm going to do that again. That was too thin. Hang on, add a bit more. It's always trial and error. Every time I make this, I end up with different sort of mixture. Okay, let's try this again. Don't worry if it's not 100% square. That's better. It's a little bit bigger. Out. Then bring it across. This is all you got to do. And lay it on. You've got to get it over the sides. Obviously, those are the little sharp bits are where it's going to cut. Now, if you start getting little holes, do not stress. It's very forgiving.
Just plug them.
Just plug the holes. Plug the holes, you're not going to even notice. Okay, now, the ice cream cube maker is for doing this. And you might want to actually put a little bit of flour in and just go like that. And then you've got the little holes to put your pasta in. Now, I just noticed here there is a little hole. We'll put that there.
She's a mechanic as well.
Oh, yes, I am. And basically all you're doing, now I'm using pumpkin today. In the past I have used, what have I done? That horseradish one I did for you, Jules. What did I have in the middle of that?
I can't remember, but it was yummy.
It was really good. But really, you can be as creative as you like as to what you put in here. You can put spinach and ricotta in. You can make your own ricotta. You could put ricotta and basil. You can put a pesto in here. Whatever you want. I'm just happen to be doing pumpkin because that's the favourite in this household. And I quite like the sauce that I'm going to make with it. It's nice and easy. So, as you can see, I'm just sort of filling them up. Doesn't sort of matter if you're not... More is better? Yeah. More is better than not too much, because you actually want to be able to taste the pumpkin. You know those shitty cheap ones you get? You can't actually taste what's in them. So, as you can see...
That look like little
cupcakes. Yeah. Now, all you got to do, this is how easy this is. Grab some more of this. Consolidate it a little bit.
You're doing the lid?
Yeah, the lid. Same deal. So everyone, I want you all to get your pasta machines out. and start showing us photos of what you've created. I'll show you another way of making a ravioli after I've done this lot. Here we go. On here, oh, I'm getting licked by, oh, I've got a greyhound licking my foot. Anyway, as you do when you're on this cooking show. Anyway, see that? You've covered, so you've pulled that over so it's doubled over at the sides. Tuck them in for another night. And here's the beautifully easiest bit. Roll.
Oh, easy. How
So
easy is that?
And obviously, as you can see, hopefully, can you see, Julie?
Yeah, I can see.
How it's
Of course I can
breaking.
see.
Oh, it's very forgiving, this pasta. If you do this and you find you've got a hole in it, just plug it. All you do is push your finger through. Ta-da.
Done.
How easy is that?
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Easy.
So I've just placed 2 very generous tablespoons of nutlex butter, the coconut one, everybody, and just waiting for it to melt. This is the beginning. Okay, so this is all nice and melted now and bubbling away. What I'm going to put in now is sage that's been chopped up.
That is fresh out of Ris's garden.
Out of my garden.
Beautiful.
So I'm just going to chuck that in there. What I'm trying to do here is get it slightly burnt. Okay, so not burnt to a cinder and catching on fire, but burnt, just slightly burnt. Because burnt
And that's
sage.
really easy for anyone who doesn't know how to cook because they burn everything.
And what I like also to do is got some pine nuts here. I'm just going to throw in, look,
Lovely. Beautiful.
just a small handful,
Love pine
maybe a
nuts.
little bit, just a little bit more. And all you're going to do here is just let that bubble away for a bit. Be careful though, because the pine nuts have a fair bit of oil in them and they'll burn really quickly. I learned that. Yeah, and there's your sauce. Salt and pepper will be added as well. Okay, so this is finished. How long did that take, Jules?
3 minutes. I was timing it.
And see how it's a little bit frothy, and you can actually smell. It smells hint of burnt, but not obviously burnt. Okay, so that's all ready to go, and I've added a bit of salt and pepper already, but I will taste it when it's cooled off a bit.
Beautiful.
And yeah.
Now you've had the pasta on the boil, Riz.
Yep.
For the
Yep.
pasta.
And
And they are over here, so they're going to go into the boiling water. Have a look at those little pillow puffs.
Pillow
Aren't they
puffs
beautiful?
over here.
What the fuck's wrong with that one? That round one. Oh no, that's nothing wrong. Just puffed up.
okay, got a pot of water with a bit of salt in on a really good rolling boil. It is so important that you don't just pick that whole plate up and throw it in. It is important that you just lower these in gently because they are fragile compared to the commercial ones. Just lower them in. I'll just put a few in so that you can see what happens. This is so fast. Really great if you've got a slotted spoon, because then you can grab them out without having to drain them. Basically, what you're waiting for is for them to pop up.
Now we don't cook one at a time, do we?
No, I'm
You're
just showing this. Yeah.
So you can actually pop one in.
Oh yeah, more in than that.
All in and then slot them out as
I
they're cooked.
probably wouldn't put that many in one hit, but yeah.
They didn't pay your chickens much attention at all.
Good. Oh well.
So when they float, they're ready?
Yeah, when they float. This one's sort of doing. See that? It's doing
I think
a
that one's
side.
browning.
It's drowning. Come on. It's doing a sideward float. Here we go. See the popping? It's popping up. Once it pops up, that's enough.
That's ready.
Yeah. You don't want to
Doesn't
overcook
take
them.
long at all,
You don't want to
guys.
overcook them because they'll end up rubbery. We'll see you for the eating. We've painted this up. As you can see, they are rusty, but that's okay. It's what they look like. It's how they taste. I have prior to putting them in here, have put boiling water in this and taken it out so that you're not putting it onto a cold plate. You don't need a lot of this. This is a rich sauce.
The garlic butter, the sage butter, yum.
Yep. Basically, that's all. That and a bit of salt and pepper, and there you go. We'll see what we're eating.
Oh, yum. Riz, get snapping, pour the wine.
Okay, here we are, sitting out on a glorious, glorious spring day, finally.
Wine!
Oh, do you want to get this one?
Now we have Ruth here, the freeloader. Who's come to sample Rizzy's beautiful. Oh, it's delicious. I've already tried it.
Oh, okay.
It's delicious.
And it's divine.
It's divine. Got to get into
Divine.
this.
Thank you.
Hello,
And if you make it, put it up on our page. We like to see photos. Oh, and there we have Lucy's
And
dropping.
there's chickens licking my pants.
That's Lucy, named after Lucille Ball. She's nearly been here a year.
Aww,
She's a beautiful girl.
good girl.
Well,
Alright, that's
we're
it.
gonna eat.
Yeah. I'm going to have to pick up Lucy. And
I'll turn. Do you want
yeah,
I'll turn it off.
turn it off. You've got to go learn how to do the camera, Ris.